Welcome to episode 16. Episode 16 of SwampTalk.
Argentina!
This week we're going to pay attention to Argentina.
They make up less than 1% of our total
just
listeners.
But the other day I was outside, sitting in the office, doing office things, and saw some fucking shit rats out there chilling in the little field, in the little park that I made out in the park. There's a nice bench out there. I'm watching them, sitting at the office, which is facing the field. I'm like, oh, cool, they're checking out the little pond and the dock that I made. And then they walked towards the bench. Just picked it up and just like, oh, cool, they're gonna, just chill by the water. No, these little shit rats picked up my bench and they fucking threw it in the goddamn water. So I threw my hands up and I yelled, what the fuck? They saw me.
Bitches.
They saw me, picked
Ran
up their
away.
bikes and started riding away. They tried hiding in the woods.
Because they're such fat pieces of shit, they fucking got tired 10 feet up the fucking trail.
Yeah, and they started walking their bikes, so I jumped down. They saw me running towards them, and they took off in the field. So I've been doing patrols around the park every day, around the same time.
We're supposed to be fucking closed.
And then, the other day, at 6:30, they're fucking out there again.
They got a girl with them. They're gonna
Making
they're
all
gonna,
kinds of noise.
Yep. They're gonna do dirty things, so we had to break that one up.
So I walked out there all sneaky-like. And before I got there, they fucking took off again. So I followed them up the trail until they knew that they left the park. No fucking shit swamp kids.
Gonna have to make signs saying no fucking shitheads allowed.
Yeah, if you're gonna come out here to the Bradbrook on Halloween Eve for Mischief Night,
You got another thing coming. We have guns.
we're fucking watching you.
We're not afraid to use guns.
Yeah, whatever you do, do not come out here to the Bradbrook on Halloween Eve. Bad things happen.
Argentina!
If you didn't know.
Located in South Africa. As we said, they make up less than 1% of our total listeners. You think with a population of 400... What is that? 44.49 million. How is there 0.49 million?
I don't know.
All right, well, we're going to round that off. I guess, they don't consider paraplegics.
Oh, technically it's 44,490,000.
Oh, okay. All right, well, yeah, that number. You think with that many people, they would have more listeners for us, but I guess not. Probably has something to do with the fucking president, Albert Fernandez. Make your fucking your whatever they are, civilians, listen to Swamp Talk podcast.
And speaking of listeners, somehow someone out in Washington stepped in some shit of our podcast and fucking tracked it all around Seattle. Now Seattle is completely number one. It beat Massachusetts. It has the most listeners of all the states and countries.
Why would you ever?
So,
wash your fucking ears.
Here's to you, fucking Seattle.
Yeah, cheers to you. We already opened our beers for this episode, so we'll just suck them down really loudly. I'm drinking
fucking Seattle.
I'm drinking a spiked smoothie, peach raspberry. It's just beer. But God, the raspberry's so strong in it. Yep.
Fucking need new equipment. So if you can go to the SwampTalk anchor.fm/Dillon Street Boys and
or even better,
just make a monthly donation.
Go fund the Dillon Street Boys. We'll have no end goal. Just tell people to fund us.
Well, that's what the thing on the support us thing on Anchor FM is. But I think it's in the description of our show.
Yeah, well,
The link to go fund us on Anchor.
Yeah, so either way, just give us your money.
Yeah, I would like a new mic stand and possibly some new mics.
Yeah, it's $1 from, like, everybody over the course of 5 years, and we'll have a new mic stand that costs $30.
Yep, or just donate $10 a month. That would be fucking wonderful, and then we can get one quicker. Their president, Albert Fernandez, was born on April 2nd, 1959. He attended law school at the University of Buenos Aires. Graduated at the age of 24.
Very nice.
And later become a professor of criminal law. The 11th of August, 2019, Fernandez won first place in the 2019 primary elections, earning 47.7% of the vote. And then, on October 27th, the general election, Fernandez won presidency by attaining 48.1% of the vote. And
holy shit, he's a fan
like
favorite.
Normal presidents, that's how you become president. You win the most votes.
In the middle of East Bumfuck.
Yep. Gotta keep them looters out of their yard.
Yeah.
You know, just in case protesters come all the way out to the middle of nowhere on a mountain.
Up headed towards, right on top of this, there was like 2 or 3 houses in this long stretch of fucking road that was completely encaged in its own fence. This fence went around all 3 properties, so, you know, these redneck hillbillies really don't want their Mexicans coming onto their property, or any type of immigrant, you know. Unless you're white with blonde hair, blue eyes, you cannot go on their property, or they will shoot you and then fuck their sister in front of you.
That's legal.
On their property, because they're probably their own country.
Probably.
Weird places to visit.
Epicuen?
Epicuen.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, we don't know it. Epecuen. Send us a video of you trying to pronounce this. And we won't post it, but we'll listen to it.
Yeah, we'll listen to it. Totally forgot. We got a new email address. Got our own email domain. SwampTalk@brattlebrookparks.com is our email.
Send us your videos. Send us your feedback, comments. Send us money. Whatever have you.
If you got a good dick
We're cheap.
pic, if you got a good dick pic, send it.
No, don't do that. Upchauan, a strange ghost town that spent a quarter century underwater. Okay. Coming up for air again in the Argentina farmland southwest of Buenos Aires. Okay. Who came up for air?
The town.
Was once a bustling little lakeside resort where 1,500 people served 20,000 tourists a season. Sounds like Pittsfield, Massachusetts in fall.
There's a lot of people out today on Route 2 going up Florida Mountain there. So many people looking out into the valley of
Color.
There wasn't, it was just brown.
Yeah, now it's just brown. We lost all the leaves, so it's just brown. They're looking at dead trees.
They're looking on the wrong side. The other side had a lot more color. But it did look pretty dope, actually. There's so many Asians. Like, I guess it's tourist season for Asians. Because there's a lot. There's also a lot of people on motorcycles today.
Yeah, getting in those last rides, you know.
It was nice to see all those people up there on the Florida Mountain.
How many of those motorcyclists were wearing assless chaps? We'll never know because they were sitting down.
Actually, I saw one today.
Oh.
At the gas station.
Figures.
He had a mullet.
Heavy rainstorms followed by a series of wet winters, and the lake overflowed in its banks in November 10th, 1985. Okay, so it's only been underwater for 40 years. Something like that. What? 35? 35 years? Okay, so I mean, it's not even that long ago. Water burst through a retaining wall and spilled into the lakeside streets. Within days, their homes were submerged under nearly 10 meters, 33 feet of water. Of corrosive salt water, not just regular water.
It's a saltwater lake.
Well, that's shitty. Now the water has mostly receded.
The town is back. And
How'd you get it to be yellow?
Oh, it's probably from when I copied and pasted.
All right. Well,
another cool place to visit is the Cave of Hands. Stenciled handprints and wall paintings dating back 10,000 years. Some of the earliest forms of cave art. Tucked in the valley of Pinturus River. The hand paintings are dated to around 500 BC.
Bullshit. Somebody probably went in and traced their hands.
Well, yeah. Pretty much that's what they did. They believed these cave dwellers stenciled their own hands using bone-made pipes to create the silhouettes. Most of the prints are left-handed, indicating that they probably held the spraying pipe to their right hands.
Wow, what a weird way.
In their right hands. So they just did that.
Yeah, they were normal back then.
Yeah,
there were no lefties.
They did it the
normal way.
The way that everybody would do it.
Yeah, unless you're a lefty, and then you're weird.
Yeah, fucking weirdos. They use different mineral pigments to make different colors. Iron oxides for red and purple. A word I can't pronounce for white. An even bigger word. Natrogyrosite for yellow. And manganese oxide for black.
Kaolin? You couldn't say kaolin?
Yeah, kaolin.
For white? He's like a word I can't say for white.
Hunting scenes and representations of animals and human life found in the cave dating back even further than the stenciled hands to around 7300 BC.
7300 BC.
It's a long fucking time
Why'd
ago.
you say it like that?
Because my ear itched.
7300.
Yeah, 7300. We didn't say 1923 in 1923. What?
Argentina! They invented radio broadcasting. That is hard to believe. But we'll give it to you. Argentina was one of the first countries in the world to have radio broadcasting. First radio broadcast was made in August 1920. At the time, only 20 people had a receiver. So, I mean, they still had more listeners than DSB.
Almost. I just had a pop.
What the fuck was that?
Argentina already had two female presidents. Cristina Fernandez de Kirchner.
I wonder if she's related to Alberta. Or Albert.
I don't know. Maybe it's his wife. I don't know. She was the first woman president to be officially elected in Argentina. Obviously, like I just said, she isn't the first female president to ever rule over Argentina. Isabel Perón, however you say it, who was the vice president to her husband, Juan Domingo Perón. She stood in as Argentina's first female president for 2 years after her husband's sudden death in 1974.
That's a little sus.
And here we are in 2020 and still don't have a female president. Well, to be fair, the last one, that could have been president,
Pato!
Jill Stein wasn't going to be the first female. I don't know why people voted Jill Stein. Who the
why
fuck
are you
is
talking
Jill
about
Stein?
Jill Stein? Pato. You know what? I'm going to say it like I'm saying Tato. So, Pato, official national sport of Argentina.
This one's a good one.
A game played on horseback, combining elements of polo and basketball. Oh, boy. Spanish for duck, as in the game's early versions, as early as 1610. A live duck inside of a basket was used instead of a ball.
Oh, you threw the duck inside the basket instead of a basketball.
That's fucked up. No wonder why PETA was invented. Was often played in between neighboring... What is that? Estancias? I don't know what that is. I should click the link. We're the first team to reach its own ranch with the duck would be declared the winner. Pato was banned various times. I could only imagine why. Definitely wasn't because of the duck.
No, definitely, totally not because of the duck.
It was deemed too violent, not only for the poor duck... Oh, shit, it was the ducks. Not only for the poor ducks, but many players were trampled underfoot. In 1953, Perón declared Pato to be Argentina's official national sport, and it's still played today. The use of ducks is strictly forbidden, unless you play it in your own backyard where people don't
It's like
know.
lawn darts. You get a great game, and then the government comes along and fucking ruins it.
They're like, here's these plastic darts that aren't sharp, but could still impale you.
Do you even think they still even have darts on them? I think they're just a flat end. So they always land sunny side up. The world's first full-length cartoon. Something doesn't sound right. Was made and released in Argentina by a man named... Man, why can't they just have normal fucking names? Quirino Cristiani. In 1917. It is said he was an inspiration to Walt Disney, who during his trip visited Quirino's studio in the outskirts of Buenos Aires,
Argentina. The highest number of plastic surgeries.
If you think Argentina women are fucking hot, they're fucking fake and they'll melt in the sun.
Argentina women go through the highest number of plastic surgeries per person in the world. One of the world's most looks conscious countries?
Yeah.
Okay. Sadly, also more than 30% of the women undergo some form of eating disorder. Ah, yes. So their women are the perfect type of women that I would date. Troubled and hot.
Gonna commit a crime?
Yeah.
Before 1892?
Yeah.
She'd get away with it, man.
Oh, yeah.
But in 1892, the small Argentine town of Necochea in the province of Buenos Aires was rocked by the gruesome stabbing of 2 children. The local police were unable to tie the murder to any particular suspect. Utilizing a bloody fingerprint left on a door handle, a local detective discovered the murderer to be the kid's mother, who not long after eventually confessed to the crime.
Oh my god.
Man.
Wow. Be careful who you choose to have a mom.
The first ever crime ever. It was in Argentina.
Who would have thought? In 1892, that's when crime was invented. By Argentina.
Sometimes I wonder if crime was actually invented in Florida, because this week on Florida Man.
Florida Man. Drunken Florida man attacks girlfriend.
Oh, that's a good story.
And Florida man squashed his girlfriend with a pumpkin. Then flung its pulpy innards at her after she asked him to leave their home. Nathan Garisto, 26, was arrested on a domestic battery charge for the ghoulish gourd attack about 2 a.m. Monday. When cops arrived at the home in Largo, the woman was covered in pumpkin seeds and pulp. Garisto was heavily intoxicated while engaged in a verbal argument with his girlfriend. He claimed he only threw the pumpkin at the sliding doors and not at his girlfriend. Garisto pleaded not guilty to the misdemeanor charge and was ordered by the judge to wear an alcohol monitor as part of his bond conditions. Of course he got off without a charge.
Oh, it's only a pumpkin.
A blumpkin.
Oh.
Pumpkin blumpkins. His rap sheet includes convictions for drunken driving, marijuana possession, careless driving, and probation violation, according to records cited by the outlet. Exactly what I was saying. Of course he got another slap on the wrist because it's Florida and they don't know how to enforce anything.
Florida, we got some listeners in Florida, but they probably already know.
Oh, wait, they'll enforce marijuana, though. They'll enforce that shit, because you guys are so far behind.
It's just mostly retired old people.
Yeah, mostly retarded old people.
I mean, they got a whole town of, like, what was it, 100,000 old people that just retired. It's just a town of houses that all look the same, and everyone drives a golf cart.
Yep, makes sense.
Yeah, it's fucking Florida. I'm sure
Fucking
people
Florida.
who live in Florida that listen to this already know. Yeah, you can have summer all year round, but you guys got some fucking crazy motherfuckers down there. I'm going to try a new segment this week. Wrestling history. For October 23rd.
22nd, you mean?
No, 23rd.
Where is
Oh, the
this?
22nd then.
Yeah.
Whatever. What's today? No. It's written for
22 years ago on October 22nd.
WCW presented Halloween Havoc.
Ooh. I think I actually remember that.
I don't follow wrestling anymore, but I'm pretty sure NXT has a Halloween Havoc coming up.
Yeah, of course they took the name. Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, Michigan hosted this event.
14,000 were in attendance.
Holy shit, that is...
210
Did you know?
homes watching on
Hang on, I'm pausing this right now. 14,000. That was a full arena back then.
Well,
now,
nice.
in quarantine times, 14,000 is the cap for who can go to a football game.
Yep.
Live. Just to let everybody know. So let's think of how big the mass is now. Like, that's crazy.
I'm pretty sure WrestleMania at the time drew in more people than that.
Oh, well,
It was-
WrestleMania was probably up to 30.
Career versus career for the world title match between Hulk Hogan.
Raw is War! From Hartford, Connecticut.
Oh, look at that, I got
This one
YouTube.
was close.
But
Yeah, we're not going to show that because we're not doing another thing. Alright, the Hardy Boys disguised as Los Conquistadors. I remember them. Defeated Edge in a handicap match to win the WWF Tag Team Championship. Yeah,
Wow,
WWF. Edge and Christian tried to dispute the outcome, and the decision stood. Of course it did.
I remember that. I remember that now. That was cool.
Yokozuna dies of pulmonary edema?
Something like that.
A buildup of fluid in his lungs. He was just 34. R.I.P. Yokozuna.
In Tokyo, Japan. In Japan. Hayabusa. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Hayabusa.
Well, however you spell his name.
It's Hayabusa.
Was paralyzed following a botched lion salt attempt during a frontier martial arts wrestling event.
Oh, wow.
Where was I? I got a little hype there. Oh, and then TNA Impact enters the high-definition era with a live episode from Hard Rock Cafe and Casino in Las Vegas. It was the first episode of Impact to take place anywhere other than the Impact Zone in Orlando or the Asylum in Nashville.
Okay.
I think...
So they put 3 places that they do the show on their list. Cool. Good for you, Impact.
Yep. I remember high-definition days.
I don't.
Yeah, it was around like 2006 or 2007. I remember...
Isn't everything in high definition, though?
Yeah, now. But, like, 14 years ago it wasn't. I remember the first Raw in high definition. We had a party for it. We got chips and dip and fucking wings and shit. Got to see fucking... I don't remember what that night was, but I remember watching it because they advertised it for like a month. And it's the high definite... We watched it... I don't even think we watched it on a real... high def TV. It was a box. It was an old box TV. And I think we watched it on Brett's little high definition box TV back in the day. Before high definition was what it is today. So it was in 720. That's what we watched it in. The screen was bigger. That was about the only difference. Was the screen was bigger.
Widescreen.
Yeah.
That's when things went wide.
Yeah, I think it got super wide. I remember you had to watch what DVD you bought because it might have been widescreen
Square.
in front of
A square.
instead of full screen.
Yeah.
I always liked the full screen better.
Full screen's lame now because it's just a square.
Everything's in full screen now because the screen's just a square. Well, it's a rectangle.
No, yeah, everything's in widescreen.
Yeah.
Even our phones.
Well, the widescreen used to be the 2 black bars and then the video, and it made it smaller on the
Yeah,
TVs.
and then people bitched about it.
It's fucking
And then they
stupid.
eventually went full screen, widescreen, or whatever it is now these
Yeah.
days.
I have a... my Napoleon Dynamite DVD had 2 sides. One side was full screen, the other side was widescreen. I always forgot what fucking side it was. So I'd start the movie and figure out it was in fucking widescreen. I'd be so pissed. It's fucking stupid.
All right, well,
Holidays on this day.
Yo ho! Yo ho!
I gotta open the website. Hold on. Angam Day. Just making sure my mic still worked because I sound super fucking low. Stay fucking.
Gam Gam Day.
Agam Day.
Oh.
And oh god. Naruto.
Naruto.
Nedida.
Naruto.
Gospel Day in Cook Islands. Chung Yang Festival in Hong Kong. Labor Day in New Zealand. National Day in Australia. October Bank Holiday in Ireland. And now here's all the weird funky holidays.
Woo!
It's National Pumpkin Day.
Yay!
National
that?
Financial Crime Fighter Day. What?
Where's the pumpkin day for?
Just, I don't know. It just says, it doesn't list. National Financial Crime Fighter Day. There must be a superhero that comes out on that day.
Yeah, me.
National Day of Deployed.
That's where you go fight for your country.
Yeah. National Mule Day. This one, I love this one. Get your minced meat and eat some minced meat because it's National Minced Meat Day. Throw some minced garlic on there. You got a perfect fucking day. And that's the holidays on this day. Which is Monday, October 26th. And next, we got Corals.
Don't you fucking hate it when it's warm one day, like beautiful fall weather. You're sweating because you dressed too warm because the days prior to it were kind of chilly. And then you go outside and you're sweating your balls off. And you get used to the warm weather again. And then all of a sudden, the next day, it's back down to being cold. And now my nipples are fucking hard enough they can cut glass. What the fuck is this bullshit? It's fucking annoying. Bring back summer. You know what? R.I.P. summer. R.I.P. Just rip my ass cheeks apart.